The next thing that you hear is automatic gunfire. Oi, chummers! Before we get started, if you enjoy our content, do us a favor, give it a like if you're on YouTube, or rate the episode if you're listening on an audio platform. Those interactions do go a long way in helping us reach all the other Shadowrun enthusiasts out there who might be interested, and we are also trying to hit our subscriber goal of 1,000 subscribers on YouTube this season, and we can't do it without your help. Quick recap. Obviously, this episode, we are going to be focusing on what Ghost is getting into, and we'll get into that. But last episode, definitely very interesting. We have the climactic ending of what happened to Kaze, Brass, and Otto. Highly recommend you go check it out and see for yourself what they get into and what they are fighting. But before we get started, a quick word from our sponsor, Drive-Thru RPG. Whatever game you're playing around your table, Drive-Thru RPG has you covered. Core books for every tabletop RPG game, and even some that you haven't heard of. They have supplements, modules, and everything under the sun that you could possibly need to enhance your tabletop experience. Go ahead and use our affiliate link down in the description below, and not only will you be helping us out, but you'll be getting those sweet goodies to enhance your experience as well. So, Ghost, you are all by yourself. Everybody is gone out of the compound. You're there with the remnants.
Finally, some peace and quiet.
That's to say the least. You've got Spanner there with you in the garage, and you're tinkering around with the new pieces that you've managed to secure from the drone. So, what are we getting into?
All right. Well, it looks like all I really need to mount this gun is a Ares Vanquisher minigun.
Yep, it's
or Ares. It's a big one.
It's the minigun, the Vanquisher one, like what you would see mounted on some of your riot vehicles, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I like. So basically, the only thing I really need is I'm gonna need like a fixed point tripod. We already have the hard point in the van, so I need like the tripod mount, and then I need like six recoil comp modules,
gyro comps.
Yeah. So I'll look over at a Spanner.
Hey Spanner, I'm gonna need to send you shopping.
That's what I'm good for. I love shopping, getting all the stuff.
All right, sounds good. Here's this cred stick, and
I'll shoot him a cred stick with like 5K on it or something.
Whew.
Make sure you bring me back some change. We're gonna need
it. You want me to go to the normal place, or
yeah, sure. But we can do that. We can just get a tripod mount, and we need recoil comp modules, 6 of them.
Yeah, no, I know what you're looking for. Yeah. All right. Well, you want me to do that? I got people out in the Barrens. Maybe we get a deal. Something that fell off the back of the truck only once.
If you want to check your sources, as long as you're not going to get yourself into any trouble.
Yeah, sure. I know these guys. No problem at all. It should be fine.
All right.
Mostly.
Just hurry up. No pit stops.
All right. I won't stop for Stuffer Shack fries this time. I promise. Hey, I'll just be a couple hours, okay?
Last time we were in Dallas, you said the same thing.
You make one mistake, they hold it over your head forever. Fine. I'll be right back, he said, expecting nothing bad to happen to him. And he just trudges out of the garage.
All right, so now that he's on his way, I guess I'll just start working on the getting the ECM module in there.
Okay, just gonna be cracking away at it.
Yeah, just trying to get that thing installed.
You want to roll your build repair?
Sure.
Okay. You're installing to the van itself, right?
Yeah.
All right. With this ECM, do you remember what the rating I said was of it?
4.
4? Okay. So go ahead and roll your build repair, and we're looking for target number 6. It's going to take a little bit longer than you were initially expecting, but you can definitely get it in there, and I'll square it away into the van.
Excellent. I feel a little bit better about this van now.
As you should. It feels safer, right?
Just a little, you know. I mean, it wouldn't take much just to knock me and everything out if you know what you're doing without that stuff.
That is true. That's true. All right. Is there anything else that you want to do? I mean, working on that and installing it's probably going to take a good couple hours, about as long as Spanner was going to be away.
Okay.
Or said he would be away.
I'm going to work on that. While I'm working on it, I'm actually going to send him a text with a picture of a couple of pictures. I'm going to send him a picture of the walker chassis and the serial number or whatever, and tell him to ask his people if they're interested in, making a purchase.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you figure, might as well look for a buyer while he's out there too.
Sure. Yeah. So on his way back, he'll actually send you a message. He has 3 potential buyers that are interested.
Okay. Well, I'll just send him back. We can talk numbers when you get back.
Yeah, he's got the information, and he'll let you know as soon as he gets back.
Okay.
But I mean, it'll just take those few hours, and then you see him strolling on in, wheeling a cart in front of him that has parts stacked up on it, and he also happens to be holding a cup of fries and eating. Walks right in. Oh yeah, I mean, it actually went a lot faster than I thought it was going to. So, oh yeah, here's your cash. And he hands you a cred stick, and it's less 3,000 yen.
That's about what I expected. So the parts are expensive, man.
Oh yeah, but these are high quality parts. Okay, it's going to be great. I got everything that you need, and with the 2 of us as usual, we should be able to knock it out and have it all ready to go before your next disaster happens.
Ha ha ha! Very funny. Hey, look, I know things are a little weird around here.
A little? You got guys walking around with Uzis and armbands. What is that?
Okay, it's really weird around here, but they have a pretty sweet garage for us to use.
I mean, I won't deny that this place is fairly nice. It's just weird.
It's pretty weird.
I mean, you had a biker gang in here, and they all left, and then there was oils. I don't really want to get into it. It was a strange evening. Thanks for that experience.
Hey, look, just do like me and just don't ask any questions about any of that stuff. I think the less that we know, the better.
Yeah, that's the route I'm going to take too. I'll just hang out here in the garage like I usually do, and just stay out of everybody's way.
Me too.
Oh yeah, numbers for the guys and the things. So 2 of them, you got to take the thing to them. 1 of them said they'd come and pick it up.
Okay. What are we talking?
Well,
price-wise here.
If you can get it to the people, you're looking at a bigger price. If this guy's got to come get it, it's a little less.
Just give me a number.
All right. You're looking in the 40K range.
Not really what I was expecting.
Well, a lot of them didn't know exactly what it was, and telling by the picture, I don't think it gives them the accuracy of size. So, Maybe if they come look at it, who knows?
Well, given everything that's going on around here, I'm not sure how I feel about just bringing random people in here.
That's a good point. We did talk about the weirdness of this place. What if we hoisted it up and moved it out a few blocks or something into the Barrens, maybe?
But this thing will be stripped in like an hour.
You got guys with armbands and Uzis, they'll guard it, right?
They're not my guys with armbands and Uzis. I'm not about to start asking these people for favors.
I was just trying to think of an easier way to do it, but you know.
Let's keep looking. Worst case scenarios, we'll just take what we can get.
Sure.
I don't know what to do with this thing. If you have any ideas on something we can do with it, yeah, that's the problem.
I don't know, but it's taken up a whole car park spot, so
We could,
you know.
drag it outside and throw a tarp over it or something if we need the space, I guess.
I mean, do you think that's safe, or will it be caught in the next mortar rain?
Okay, good point.
Look, I don't know what you guys do on the weekends here.
Well, you know what I do. I do what you do.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Grease monkeys.
Well,
right?
let's do it then.
Yeah. All right. I know, but I'm stalling as usual. All right, let's go ahead and start getting stuff installed. All right, we're gonna install the tripod or the gun mount and the gyro comp.
Well, the gun mount, then the
Vanquisher.
then the gun, the gun mount, then the gun, then the auto reload system,
Okay,
and then the ammo,
the stabilizers, then the ammo, and then the stabilizers.
Yes.
All right, let's not roll for each individual one because that just seems like it would take a lot of time.
Okay.
Let's just lump it all into one build repair roll.
Okay.
Spanner will assist you. We're gonna go for. We're installing a lot of stuff. Let's go for target number 8.
Okay.
Difficulty. See if we can cut time down. Here we go. Okay, so you guys are actually going to be done with all of your installations in about 3.5 to 4 hours.
I like it.
That's pretty fast.
we have a system.
I guess you guys know how to work well together. That's what it comes down to. Still in that time, nobody's come back. They all seem to be out doing their own things. What a wild evening everybody is having.
Just how I like it.
Nice and quiet. There's just the slight noise from outside, from like little common gatherings here and there, people just kind of having a good time, doing a little drinking.
Okay.
Just the normal kind of compound life, I guess.
Cult life.
Sure. Cult life. Yeah, everything's going great. You're on your last hour of getting everything together. The music is going great in the garage. It's tuned to your favorite station. The last 3 songs that have played back to back have been real chart toppers that you've been used to. Everything's going fine, and
the lights go out.
No, because we already checked the power. Remember, the lights have to stay on. You will hear a crash, and there's some screams outside.
Okay, let's go take a look.
So you and Spanner both run or make your way out of the garage, and people are dispersing out of the main like kind of open concourse area, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's glass and some building material that is raining down into the concourse area from the main tower.
From inside the... It's coming from inside the house?
It's coming from inside the house.
Okay.
Glass and building material comes raining down. From memory, that floor houses this place's medical wing.
Oh, fantastic. That thing is alive again. Oh my god. Okay, all right. I'm gonna tell Spanner to get someplace safe. Maybe in the van, because that's a pretty safe place right now.
After what we just installed, you better believe it. And he hustles right back inside. No qualms given. Jumps right in the van. As he's doing that, the next thing that you hear is automatic gunfire going off up in the medical area. You can see the flashes and hear the sound of automatic gunfire going off.
All right, well, I'm gonna hop into the van myself, and I'm gonna spin up all of the drones,
Okay.
and I'm gonna task my 2 flyers to orbit the area while I dive into the dog and book it upstairs.
Book it up the stairs.
Yeah.
Your dog will burst through the door to the medical lab, right?
Mm-hmm.
Part of one wall is destroyed, and there's an open space out into the air. There's shell casings all over the floor as you see this big guy who was in there. You recognize him as one of Bear's associates. Just has cuts and scrapes all over him. His mouth is bloodied. He's still holding his automatic weapon. It looks like it's smoking from having emptied all of its rounds from its magazine. And in that hole in the wall, standing there is this thing. It's pale. It looks strange when you look at it. Doesn't really look human. It has bullet holes all over it, and you're just watching slowly as they heal, and you see the bullets pushed out of its skin and hitting the ground, making that drop sound of the lead just hitting the floor. Under both arms, one, you can recognize the face of the doc. Under the other arm, you can see Nurse Joy. It looks like maybe something is strapped to its back. You can't quite tell. Like, it has straps, and it just snarls and then turns and leaps through the open hole. What would you like to do while you're dived into the dog as it's leaping?
Damn, dude. So it's moving. It's in the air. Like, a called shot is going to be so hard here.
Very difficult.
All right. Can I task my surveillance drone to get a lock on it, like on its visual signature, and to follow it?
Yeah.
While I recall the dog.
Yeah.
Before I leave, I'm just gonna pump out from the Vox speaker or whatever to the troll guy.
Mm-hmm.
You all right there, chummer?
I've had worse.
Are you gonna survive?
Yeah, there's bandages over there. Go get that thing.
All right, patch yourself up. I'll be back.
Just wipes blood from his face.
Oh, real quick before I leave, is the thing that they had strapped to the table when I brought Joy in here the first time still there?
The body is still there, yeah.
Okay.
But it looks like something was pulled out of it. Like something smashed into it and was pulled out from its chest cavity.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a clue, I guess. All right, so I'll leave this guy to tend to his own wounds. And recall the dog as fast as I can. As soon as it's in the van, like I'm gonna already start like moving out and just like call it to
jump in as
Yeah.
you're rolling out. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. It can meet you as it books it back down the stairs.
just
You
Knight Rider
slow-
style.
Yeah, you slow the van a little bit and it just jumps in, hooks back into the drone rack and slides in.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, in the back, you've got Spanner cursing up a storm, just recalibrating your gyros.
All right.
What the frag? What the frag is going on?
I don't know. Somebody's got Joy. Something has Joy. We gotta go get her. They got their
Thing?
doc too. So I don't know what it was.
Floor it.
Pedal to the metal.
Okay. Give me a drive test because you're about to slam through the barrier because they're not opening it fast enough for you. You do bust through the barrier of Asgard. It's going to leave scratches on the sides of your van as you race through, as they didn't open the gates fast enough. Just kind of smashes through the chain link. And boom, you're out in the Barrens. Your surveillance drone kicks in with its GPS and starts sending data back to you, following this thing.
So is this thing like running across rooftops? What is it doing?
It's leaping across rooftops. The only explanation that you know of for how it's able to leap this far is there has to be some mumbo jumbo going on.
Of course there is. Well, I mean, you know, I know what stops magic. Bullets.
Bullets do tend to stop magic, yes.
Yeah, bullets are good for just about everything. All right. Well, I'm just going to keep following this thing and try to like catch up to it.
Okay. Give me 2 more drive tests as you're trying to keep up with it.
All right. First one, I got 2.
Okay. No problems. Still keeping it in line of sight. The surveillance drone is helping.
3 on the second one.
Okay. It looks like it's trying to make its way out of the Barrens as it's leaping across these rooftops.
What direction's it heading?
It's going north.
North. To Bellevue?
Mm-hmm.
Why would it be going there?
Don't know. I mean, you can... I don't know if you would make that connection.
Probably not. If it's something that happened in another episode, like
Probably not. No. It's something from early on. I don't know if you guys would have put it together yet, so I won't give it away. But it is headed north.
Let me ask you this:
Sure.
could it be headed to the airport?
The airport is north.
Okay. I'm going to. Can I do a computer test to like basically overlay where we are, where the airport is, and the direction this thing is going, and see if like I can get a heading on it?
You can just pull up your auto nav and compare
Okay.
that. You don't have to roll a test for it.
All right.
If you want to overlay and guess on its trajectory,
Mhm.
there, instead of following it and
Well-
kind of winding through streets, you could try to get ahead of it. Yes.
I want to follow it, but like if I can get an idea on its bearing,
Mm-hmm.
then like it's been going, you know, this direction for this many minutes, you know.
Yep. It's been headed straight north since it's left your compound.
Okay, like is there anything like that, you know, any notable places that I've been to or that we've seen that it could be headed to? Like it's got an intercept course for that?
The only place that you know of that you've looked at that's up there is that airfield.
Okay.
But that's pretty far north.
Well, I mean,
Who knows how far it could go?
yeah, this thing apparently like doesn't really care all like that. All right, so I will break off and try to calculate a route to get in front of it, given like the direction it's going, while keeping my drones watching it for any changes.
Okay. Roll me another drive test. this time at target number 8. You can plot a course where you think it has to cross over this point if it's headed to the airfield, and you would be ahead of it. You just have to floor it there, and it has to cross this section of interstate.
Okay, so I'm gonna floor it there. I'm also gonna try to get the Ares drone there ahead of it, and maybe I can line up a good shot.
With which drone?
My bullseye Ares Guardian drone.
Okay. You want to fly it out once you get there and try and zero in on it.
Yeah, basically, I'm gonna keep my my surveillance drone on it to keep tabs on where it's at, and then try to get ahead of it, and then pull the Ares drone basically in between it and I, and have it sort of shadowing me almost. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like you're driving and it's just kind of following like it would be tethered like a kite, but it's just
kind of, yeah.
It's just on auto follow mode.
Basically, yeah.
Okay. It takes a little bit of time, but you can get to that point where you're pretty sure you're ahead of it, especially since it's moving on foot, and you have an opportunity to set up an ambush.
All right, cool. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'll dive into the Ares. What am I getting back from the surveillance drone at this point?
You can see that it's no longer really jumping from rooftop to rooftop. It's starting to hit side streets and alleyways and just booking it as fast as it can go. It's pretty fast. If you're reading the sensors right from your surveillance drone, it's running at almost 45 to 50 miles per hour.
What are this thing's feet made of?
Strong stuff.
Apparently. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter because it just regenerates it.
Yeah, it's kind of the.
Okay. All right.
It's kind of the thing. It doesn't care.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna keep the surveillance drone on it. I'm gonna dive into the Ares Guardian and sit and wait and see if I can line up a shot on it.
Okay. Are you going to wait till it comes into I will give you the range bands here. Are you going to hit it at extreme, long, medium, or short?
Well, I've got a...
So it would be very close. If you engage in extreme and you miss, that still gives you an opportunity to then engage in medium or long before it would be out of range at the speed that it's going.
Yeah, but the modifier for extreme is so bad.
It is pretty bad, and then plus the modifiers on top of it moving and everything. So
yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to trust one shot. I'm gonna wait until it gets as close as I can afford to, preferably while it's still in one of these alleys and it's boxed in.
Okay.
Try to just figure out where it's going to be coming out of.
You're using a sniper rifle on it.
Remington 950.
Okay.
That's all I could afford to get on this thing, unfortunately.
That's fine. That still gives you a decent range out. So, waiting for it to get into short range. Are you called shotting it or just shooting it?
I'm gonna have to called shot it.
Okay, where are you called shotting?
I need to slow this thing down. It's probably the kneecap.
Okay.
See if I can blow one of his legs off or something.
All right. So you're looking at target number 10. It's called shot. It's moving fast is the problem, and your drone is also kind of having to move slightly to keep pace with it.
Okay.
So, target 10. All right, so you do successfully hit it. So how would you like that to go down? Because you are hitting it in the called region that you wanted.
All right, so the drone is just gonna swerve in hover in place, and then as he comes out of the alley, it's just gonna fire one shot and hit it right in the leg, bullseye.
It does bullseye, and it does look like its kneecap gets pushed aside from the shot. You do see it stumble, so it has to slow down. It doesn't get knocked back, so it doesn't go to the side. It does kind of keep its stride. It has to hobble on one leg forward, so it has to stutter and slow down. Doesn't drop either of the people that's carrying. But because it has slowed down, you can take another shot at it if you want.
All right, I'm going to take another shot at it, and while I do that, I'm going to actually task the van to try to like move to intercept.
Okay.
I want to try to get out in front of this thing. So I'll take another shot at it.
All right.
We'll do the same thing, but on the other leg.
Smart.
I got to slow it down, man. It's too fast. And
It is. It's very fast.
It's fast and agile, and like that's a problem.
This time you go to fire, and it's right on track for the other kneecap. And you see it just kind of stutter step right before impact. And the bullet hits and impacts the ground with a tuft that goes up. And you can see that its other knee that you had hit previously is starting to heal over.
All right. Well, I need to get out in front of this thing right now, so I'll dive back into the car, and I'm going to try to intercept this thing with the van.
Okay. Just race right towards it before it can get set up.
Yes. Like this is a problem because normally I would just smoke this thing.
Uh-huh.
But it's carrying people.
Two hostages. You can't just spray it because people.
Yeah.
You got to get it to drop the people before you can do that. Moving the van again to where it's going to be in front of it when it comes bursting out. It's closer now to getting on the interstate, and it'd actually have to cross the interstate running.
Okay.
So do you just want to pull off onto like the emergency lane and wait for it to get there? Or what do you want to do?
Okay, so like you're gonna have to explain what's going on here.
So you've hit it with your drone coming out of the alleyway, and now it is going to be jumping up onto the live interstate where there are cars and still running that same direction. Obviously, people would be wondering what the hell this thing is, but you can pull off into the emergency lane if you want to, again, try and ambush it. Or you can continue tracking it with the drone with the rifle and try and slow it down again or make it drop what it's carrying.
Well, I don't want it to drop what it's carrying on the freeway.
Right.
That seems like a bad look. Yeah, I want to try to get like across the other side of the freeway.
Okay.
Like to ideally to where it's gonna come out. So I don't know if there's like a surface bridge, street or something that like crosses over top, or
let me actually check. I have maps.
Oh, okay.
Look at that. Yes. As it's crossing, you would be up in the Bellevue area, where it would still be headed. We have to get through Renton first. There is a bridge that goes over the Cedar River.
Okay, so as long as it's gonna get me like across the other side to where this thing is gonna be like coming out, you know, if I gotta like it
has to cross the river to continue heading north.
Okay. Well, yeah, like just figure out how to get to an intercept course. I don't want to shoot it while it's on the freeway or about to be on the freeway. That seems like a bad idea.
So waiting until it jumps off after crossing the river?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, driving ahead of it, making it to this intercept point once more. Are you going to still use the sniper drone on it, or are we doing something else?
No, I want to wait until like I have a visual confirmation on it and it's running down, a street of some kind, and I want to pull the van in front of it.
Oh, like it actually runs into you.
Yeah, like he's running and like
and you just
alley,
pull out and then yeah.
Well,
okay.
maybe something like that. Yeah, I mean if I think I can get him to slam into it, cool. We'll do that. If not, I want to get in front of him so that we're like, driving and match his speed basically.
So I will say with your pulling out in front of him idea, that will definitely stop him because he'd be running into you like a barrier.
But it'll smoke the hostages.
Forward momentum carries, and there's potential damage that either of his two victims that he's carrying could take damage.
Okay, yeah, no, like
so you can do it. It's totally fine. I'm just pointing out what could happen.
No, I want to get out in front of him. Like,
okay, like match his speed, like as he's going.
Yeah, basically as he's running down the road, when he's like, 30 feet away or something, like I want to pull the van out and like take off. So that like, he's like, I pull out like right in front of him, he's close.
Right, where he's just running maybe just a little behind you, but you're still in front. Sure, we can do that. Give me another drive test. And I will say that you'll have this maneuver and maybe one other one to try to pull before you'll be crossing the line from Renton into Bellevue. Once you're in Bellevue, things might get a little more dicey because you're in a higher class neighborhood. So things like gunshots will get noticed a little faster. Just pointing that out. Give me a drive test. You're looking for 6s. So you're already ahead of it. You're still tracking it with the tracker drone. Right as it comes out of an alleyway, still trying to keep its speed going, you can whip out from another side street, and then you're kind of almost parallel to it.
Okay, can I pull in front of it?
Yeah.
All right, I want to pull in front of it, and then I'm going to hit the oil slick.
Nice.
Let's see if we can shake him up.
So it does slow him because he has to kind of skid a little bit. As he's running, he hits the oil slick. You see his feet kind of start to go out and splay, and he has to lean forward with his hostages, almost like he's skating on the oil to try to keep his balance. But this does cause him to drastically slow down.
Okay. Can I open up the back of the van and take a shot at him with Rover?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. So I'm going to just task the van to maintain like a match his speed, basically, since he's slowed down. Like slow down to whatever, his speed is, match that, and then pop the van open, and I'm going to fire off a shot with Rover here.
Okay. So you're definitely short range. You're both moving the same speed, so that doesn't apply. Are you call shotting or just firing?
Yeah, I'm going to call shot.
All right. So then your target number is 8. The shot does ring out, and it does connect to the head, and you will watch its head snap back a little bit, and it does slow down further, this time almost kind of skidding on the oil. I need to roll that now. He is going to trip because of the oil and the shot kind of bringing him back. When his face does come snap forward, you can see part of its face is just like ruined, but it's also growing back at the same time. It looks very grotesque, and it just oozes this weird kind of blackish, barkish blood. Like it's like thick black water almost. not necessarily red like blood like you expect.
Oh, that's foul, dude. I don't like this thing at all.
No, you probably shouldn't. But it is now skidded and is kind of sliding on its side.
It still hasn't dropped, like...
As it's skidding, it pulls, it has to try and balance itself, so it throws its arms out, dropping both hostages in the oil as they kind of slide back as it's going forward still.
Okay, can I
kind
hit?
of slide out? They kind of slide out to the sides because of the slick.
Can I hit the brakes and throw it in reverse?
Yeah, you can do a sudden drive maneuver. Give me a drive test at target number 6. What's the body of your vehicle?
The body of the vehicle, 4.
Okay. You successfully pull off the maneuver. How do you want that to go?
All right, so as he drops the hostages, I'm just going to slam on the brakes and then throw it in reverse and then just back up over him.
I'm getting real Big Trouble in Little China vibes, and I love it. So you definitely feel something connect into the back of the van, and it shakes a little bit. And then you hear Spanner in the back start to freak out.
What's he freaking out about?
Ghost, you gotta do something. It's climbing inside, man. It's got claws, man. Do something.
Okay, can I see what's going on in the back?
From the dog sensor, it looks like you backed up and hit it square in the chest to where it kind of crumps forward a little bit, but it digs its claws into the open back bed and is pulling itself in to the van.
All right. I'm just going to...
As you are definitely scraping its legs away as you reverse.
I'm going to just tell Spanner.
Hey, you should probably get out of the way.
And then I'm spinning the minigun up.
I knew we were going to get some use out of this.
I'm blowing this thing away, dude.
He just ducks and hugs the opposite wall of the van and kind of closes his eyes, holds the side of it, holds his ears.
Like, in terms of what's behind me, I'm not going to hit either of them. They slid off to the side, right?
They slid off to the sides, and you're
Okay,
reversed straight back.
So I have a clear sight picture all the way
just
down.
Yeah, there's just it.
Okay, I don't care if there's like other people.
Bystanders?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck about them.
I'm sure once minigun fire starts going off, they'll probably get out of the way.
If they don't, that's not my problem.
That is not your problem.
You should have known better.
High-speed chases. You should have known better.
I was thinking more like gross body horror monsters. You should have known better, but you know, sure.
Well, you know that too.
All right, what am I looking for here?
Oh God, it's obviously short range. It only fires in full auto. How many bullets are you letting fly?
Well, I got recoil comp of 6, so I'll let 6 loose.
Okay, so every 3 you increase the damage code. So you'll increase the damage code twice.
Okay.
And every bullet increases the power. So you'll add 6 to the power.
Okay. And it's starting at 7S. So what's my
So,
target number here?
Well, 3 makes it deadly, and then another 3 gives it another power because you can't.
So 8 deadly.
Go beyond deadly. So yeah, 7.
Super deadly. Mega
9, 10,
deadly.
11, 12, 13, 14 deadly. Ouch.
Okay, so what am I rolling?
Well, you would have a +6, but then you have -6. You're 4. You're not called shotting, right?
No.
You're looking at target number 5. You hit. So how would you like this to play out from you hitting?
All right, so the minigun spins up and just lets off a gnarly 6-round burst right into the face of this thing as it's crawling in with its mouth open. Black goop everywhere.
Yeah. From your 6-round burst, as you just empty, just from the spin up, right?
Mhm.
You just watch all of them just go right into this area here. It definitely blows apart its neck. There's a gush of that blackish, watery blood that goes everywhere that splatters the back, and then you just kind of watch as it gets dragged under from you reversing, and you feel some under the tires as its head goes spinning up and kind of hits the back, and we're going to see where it randomly goes. Because why not? Hilarious. Back and to the left.
In my head canon, it hits, rolls, and rolls right into like a turned over trash can.
You roll over it, right? Are you gonna try and slow down or stop or anything?
Oh yeah, I need to stop and go pick them up.
You hit the brakes and you skid to a stop, and as you do, you can see the body in the street suddenly do a swirl of this almost violet fire, and then it explodes, and it just leaves this kind of ash trail down from the explosion.
So there's nothing left of it?
No. Oddly enough, the fire does not catch the oil slick on fire.
Well, I was gonna like hook that thing up to the winch and drag it back home.
Tow it back, and now it's
no, not tow it. I was just gonna drag it.
Oh, okay. Just drag it.
Yeah.
Make sure that it doesn't regenerate from the dragging.
Yeah. But I guess that's not a problem anymore. So
Spanner is geeking out in the back, just
You all right there, buddy?
He's got some of the blackish splatter on him, and he kind of dabs it and pulls his hand away, and it's almost like it's goo, like there's strands of it stuck to his hand. What is that? What is that?
I don't know, but you probably shouldn't be touching it.
Should I take my clothes off? What do I do here?
Yeah, you might want to just toss those.
Do we need to wash this? Do I need to cut my hand off? What can I do?
I think we're gonna have to lose that hand later, buddy.
I need these hands.
Right now, we gotta go pick up some passengers.
Yeah, I can help do that. He'll get out and kind of walk over, start dragging the dock back towards the van. Make me a perception roll while this is going on.
Okay. Intelligence.
This will be mostly from your surveillance drone that's in the area.
Bonus for sensors.
Yes, bonus for sensors.
Is this to determine whether or not to notice like how far Lone Star is from us?
No, that's not, but that'll probably be coming up soon too. There's a figure that your drone catches and kind of zeroes in on that's standing on a building kind of overlooking all of this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of leaned down, hair blowing back in the night wind, staring down at the scene of the dead figure and your van and Spanner going out to collect, and then it just kind of stops and you see its head turn and look up to your drone like it looks directly into the sensor.
When he does that, hang on. Before you narrate the rest of this, when he does that, I immediately want to zoom in with the telephoto lens and snap like 3 or 4 pictures.
Okay. You snap 3 or 4 pictures, and then you just watch him just slowly vanish. Like he goes off your sensors. Your sensors start reading that there's nobody there.
That's super not awesome. We're getting the Doc and Joy back in the van, and then we're getting the hell out of here.
Sure. You can hear the distant sounds of the familiar Lone Star sirens off in the distance.
Okay, wonderful.
You can make your way back, driving back to Redmond and the Barrens. You're not under any stress or pressure, so you can take your time to get back.
I'm changing the license plate anyway while we're driving.
Sure. No problem.
I need to get some of that like that color changing paint too.
Yeah, the camellia paint.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's future goals. Future me has that.
On the wish list.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can make it back to the Asgard compound.
Are
No problem.
are they like passed out? Like joining the dock? Are they like, KO'd or something?
They look like they might be stunned or
Okay.
knocked out. You can't really tell. It doesn't look like. I mean, they have some cuts and scratches on them. Could be from shrapnel. You can't really tell. But they are in one piece. There's no organs missing. They have all their limbs, fingers, and toes.
All right. Okay. Uh when we pull up to the gate, are there like guards standing around or whatever?
Yeah, you got the armband guards.
I'll just I'll get on the speaker.
Did somebody order a dock wagon? Ha 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 ha. No, just seriously, I have your doctor in the back.
They just look at each other confused. Oh, and then you say, "Oh, yeah."
All right, pull in, I guess.
They'll help you unload the dock and everything from the back. Looks to be okay.
I guess
Doesn't
we'll
look like there's any major problems.
have to like just take him up and stick him in the infirmary. I don't know how to like fix people.
Sure, the guards can help you carry. They'll carry them up to the infirmary, put them down in the remaining beds that are there, away from the very drafty wall.
We should probably hang a blanket over that or something.
They're putting a tarp up.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you have Spanner just trying to like really, really scrub his hands in the sink that's in the garage, like putting all the orange glow that he can on his hands and scrubbing it like it's oil slick. Meanwhile, he's already pulled off his work clothes and thrown them in a barrel.
In his underwear, he's doing this.
Yeah, he's just there in his tiny whiteies, just and it is coming off.
Okay.
It's just he might be scrubbing a little too hard.
Has anybody else gotten back yet?
No, but this will probably be the time when everybody starts to come back in, or they may be back in by the time you bring the van back. So people should be showing up, and that will be in the next episode where we bring everybody back together. And you have lots to talk about.
They're gonna blame me for this so hard.
Oh, I don't know. I think once you tell them what it was, I think the other group of Kaze, Brass, and Otto will back you up.
Or they might just blame me for it.
I don't know. Can they really? Because the thing that Kaze dragged back was maybe the target of why it was there.
There's also what was the troll guy's name?
Korgoth.
Yeah, like he's a witness. There. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
He's a witness. Okay.
He fought whatever it was.
I got an alibi.
It's not your fault.
Okay.
So you're in the clear. If you want to try and start processing those pictures, you can.
I think I probably ought to clean the van out first.
Sure. Of the loose shell casings and some of that black blood just kind of
we're just gonna take a hose to it, just
clean it all out. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Sure, that doesn't take you too long. Spanner will also help you with that. After he's like rubbed his arms with disinfectant wipes as well.
He's still in his underwear.
He's still in his underwear. Oh. I don't think I've ever been this clean in my life.
It looks good on you.
I feel weird. Give me something to work on. I need something to work on. I need that grease feeling and the smell of motor oil. It's something, anything to get my mind off of whatever the frag that was.
All right, I'll throw him the sensor module from the
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Still in his underwear, he just goes over to the workbench, just sets it there, pulls up a chair, and just starts taking. Yeah, it's it's all in your head. Yeah, weird stuff. It happens. Yeah, something definitely happened to him on this extravaganza.
He's seen some stuff, man.
As usual, he is seeing some stuff.
Yeah, he's been in the thick of it.
I will let you roll intelligence now that you're back and have a moment to kind of think.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll intelligence. Open test. Give me your highest result. Now that you've had a moment to kind of recall everything that's happened, you can sort of remember something like a creature like that from your Denver run, where they moved fast. They had weird eyes. They were tearing your team apart, and your drone handled them, but you feel like you've seen creatures like these before.
Okay, so that's the problem. That's pretty terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it because they were awful, and I
Yeah.
never wanted to see them again.
No, definitely
Yet
not.
here we are.
And then, yeah, and they were all wearing full security armor with As Technology logos on it. So
So that's a lead. Yeah, well, clearly as technology has something to do with this.
could be.
What level of their involvement is, whether or not they just bought some of these things or
Mm-hmm.
contracted out to whoever's making them, who knows?
If you want to look at the digital photo that you get from the rooftop pictures, you can look at it.
But I have to actually process the photo.
Oh, okay.
It's
So
a film camera.
it would take some time in a dark room to do. Usually, it only takes like maybe 40 minutes to process film.
Yeah.
I know that from firsthand experience. So if you want to do that, you can.
Sure.
What you'll get from it is you'll have these increasing zoom photos. It looks like you're looking at, and this is black and white film, or are you using
Black and
color
white.
film? Okay.
Black and white.
So in the black and white film, especially when it looks up at you, it looks like you're looking at a bald elf. It has pointed ears. It's bald. It's wearing like a stereotypical kind of leather trench coat almost. It has some armor plates on it. And then the other thing is that in its kind of half smirk that it gives you before it fades away in the successive shots, you swear you can make out really pronounced pointed teeth along the canine area. You're not entirely sure, or you think that your eyes just might be playing tricks on you.
My eyes don't play tricks on me because I don't use them.
Maybe your sensors are faulty.
Damn it. I'm going to upgrade those.
But that's the information that you have collected. And you'll be informed after you do all that both the doc and Nurse Joy are finally starting to kind of come around. They're waking up. They seem to be okay.
Oh, good. Maybe I'll go talk to them.
They both seem a little groggy, but you both the doc and Joy are sort of sitting up in their hospital cots that are up there. You have the doc immediately just starts patting his sides and then looking around the room until he finds his pack of cigarettes. just lights went up in the infirmary. Sitting as close to the open wall tarp as possible.
So, what happened?
Wall exploded.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Caved in. It's hard to really tell.
You okay?
Lots of gunfire. You know, I've probably seen worse, but that was weird.
Yeah, I'll say. You don't remember anything after the wall explosion?
I get hit in the back of the head. It's the last thing I remember. And then as I'm fading out, the sound of gunfire. He looks around at the shell casings. Looks like there was a lot of it.
There was a lot of it. Whenever you're feeling up to it, I think there might be something missing from your desk over there.
And I'll use my little tentacle thing to point to the table.
Great. Now I have to go figure out what's missing.
Well, I'll leave you to that. You seem like a busy guy.
Yeah, thanks. Puts the cigarette in his mouth and just starts to calmly walk over to the more bloody corpse that's strapped to the table.
This thing needs out of here.
Probably. Joy is definitely a little shaken up by it. Because you can tell by looking at her, she probably saw it.
You okay there, champ?
Kind of looks at you almost like she's looking past you. And you kind of see her snap back. What was that thing?
I don't know. Bad news.
Yeah. You think?
Well,
I don't think I've seen anything like that ever.
Me either. It's in pieces now.
That's reassuring. That's very reassuring. Okay, I feel better. I feel a little better. As long as it's not coming back, right?
Well, it's definitely not coming back.
Okay, that's what I needed to hear. I just need to go collect myself.
I mean, it's a skid mark up in Renton.
Yeah, okay. As long as you're sure it's dead. That's all I need.
Do you want to stay here, or do you want me to find you someplace else?
I don't know. I need to think. I need to think. And she'll just kind of groggily get up and just walk out of the infirmary. You can hear her walking down the stairs.
All right, well, I'm gonna follow her, I guess.
Okay.
To make sure she's okay.
So she'll head to the cafeteria. And right as you're leaving, you see Doc poking around in the thing, and you'll just hear him say, "What the hell?" And that's where we'll end for the evening.
Harlequin, your futile efforts to disrupt my operation have not gone unnoticed. Unfortunately, it appears that your little ragtag crew of helpers aren't even up to the task of taking on one of my creations, let alone all of them. Soon, I will activate Crimson Gecko, Bear, the Rogue 404, Drekstorm, Nicholas, Anthony, Tim, John, Tommy, Kyle, Computer Sam, Martin, Michael, Niles, Flatty One, Manic, Sander, and Winter. You will be no match for my forces once they are all awake. Quinn. It's been fun, but the game is over.